I pledge allegiance I now call this meeting of the Brevard County Board of Zoning Adjustment for Wednesday, May 20th, 2026, to order. Mr. Bodie, from the Planning Development Office, please describe the function and operation of the Board of Zoning Adjustment to our applicants in the audience, please.
Yes, Ms. Chairman. The Board of Adjustment is a quasi-judicial body established by the Board of County Commissioners under Chapter 62, Article 2, Division 4 of Brevard County Code. The Board of Adjustment is empowered to hear requests for variances to the zoning regulation and the sign regulation in Chapter 62, Article 6, and Article 9. Pursuant to Florida Rules of Appellate Procedure, any person or persons jointly or severally aggrieved by any decision of the Board of Adjustment may, within 30 days after the date the order is signed, apply to a court of competent jurisdiction for appropriate relief. Ms. Chairman, you have 7 items on your agenda today.
Thank you. Ms. Clemens, please explain to the applicants in the audience the statutory definition of a hardship.
An undue hardship. A variance may be granted when it will not be contrary to the public interest and where, owing to special conditions, a literal enforcement of the provisions of this chapter will result in unnecessary and undue hardship. The term undue hardship has a specific legal definition in this context and essentially means that without the requested variance, the applicant will have no reasonable use of the subject property under existing development regulations. Personal medical reasons shall not be considered as grounds for establishing undue hardship sufficient to qualify an applicant for a variance. Economic reasons may be considered only in instances where the landowner cannot yield a reasonable use and/or reasonable return under the existing land development regulations. The applicant must answer a variance hardship worksheet with 6 questions. The Board of Adjustments will discuss these questions today with each applicant who has requested the variance.
Thank you. I will now address our board members, the applicants in our audience regarding the board procedures for today's hearing. The Board of Zoning Adjustment as a quasi-judicial board with members appointed by the Brevard County Board of Commissioners will utilize Robert's Rule of Order to conduct its proceedings. The chair is asking all board members not to ask questions while the applicants are making their presentations. Once the applicant have completed their presentation, we will begin board questioning with the board member who represents the applicant's district. When concluded, questioning is open to the full board. The chair will recognize each board member in turn. Once all board members have completed their questioning, we will then open the floor to the audience who may be here to speak concerning the applicant's application. Anyone from the audience wishing to speak will be given the opportunity to address the board only once. At the conclusion of public comment, the applicant will be given additional time for rebuttal, as well to present their final comments. Once completed, no further comment will be heard from the applicant or the public. The action then moves to the board for discussion and action. We will not use a timer for this meeting. Instead, we're asking each speaker to be concise in what you have to say. It's important that you stay on a subject and avoid information that is not relevant. All persons speaking must provide their name and address for the public record. Those wishing not to verbally state their address may ask the clerk at the podium for an address card. Please fill it out and return it to the clock. Are there any questions regarding these procedures from the board members?
No.
Are there any questions regarding the procedures from the applicants? Seeing none from the audience, we move to our next order of business. We'll go to the meeting minutes. Any changes to the meeting minutes?
Nope.
Seeing none. Motion to approve the meeting minutes?
I make a motion to approve the meeting minutes as presented.
Thank
I'll
you.
second that.
Thank you. A motion's been made to approve and a second. Okay, Mr. Bodie, can we have our first applicant, please?
Yes, application H1, Donald and Lisa Jasensky request 2 variances, Chapter 62, Article 6, Brevard County Code for an accessory structure in an RR-1 zoning classification. Application is 26V00021 and is located in District 4.
Thank you. How are you?
Good, and yourself?
Good. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear and affirm that the evidence you're about to give this Board of Adjustment is the truth?
Yes.
Okay, can you now have your first and last name, please?
Donald Jasensky.
Into the microphone, please, I'm sorry.
Donald Jasensky. My address is 2739 Harlock Road, Melbourne, Florida.
Great. How can we help you today?
Board members, I want to thank you for your time today. I'm here for a variance because I want to build a workshop on my property. This is important to me because I'm a private pilot, but when I started my family and my business 30 years ago, I didn't have the combination of time and money to fly. I am retired now, and on my 30-year dream of starting to fly again, I need the workshop because what I could afford to buy as an aircraft is what's called an ultralight. That's a small plane. You assemble it in your own building, you store it there, and you maintain it there. My garage is not large enough to do that. That's why you need the building. When you want to fly your ultralight, you take it out of your building, put it on a trailer, take it to a grass strip, and then you fly it and then return it. This is affordable to me. So I need to build a workshop 24 by 26 feet, and it would be in the footprint of a building that was there and partially raised. And I don't know if you have this picture.
We
Okay,
do.
you have that? So if you see where the cinder blocks are, it's actually going to go right in that footprint. That's very important to my wife and I because we want to have zero environmental impact. If we put it there, no trees, bushes, flowers, nothing has to be removed. So I need the variance because this is 3 feet from our property line. In addition to that, technically I think it's in the front of the building. So we have one neighbor on the property line, and I did tell them about it and asked them if it's okay, and they did sign this neighbor of acknowledgement if you would like to see it. Would you like me to present it to you, or?
No, that's fine.
You're good?
I don't need
Okay.
to see it.
Do we have that document?
Wait
Have
one
you-
moment.
Oh, okay. Give it to Mr. Bodie.
Yeah, after you get through speaking, we need to get that from you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Bodie. So that's why I need my variance. My dream of flight really rests on this, and that's why I'm asking for the variance.
Okay, thank you. I see this is in Dr. Bass' area. Would you like to start?
Yes. So how do you, once you get it put together, how do you get it to where you want to fly it?
Well, these are small, and it's a great question, Board Member Bass. The wings actually fold back, so you can put in a building, then you put it on a trailer, and you drive it to a grass strip when you want to fly. So you have to have a place to store it, and you have to have a place to assemble it.
Well, I don't think your construction would take a lot of noise either for your neighbors, right? I mean,
No.
it seems like it's a pretty quiet hobby,
Yes,
okay? And you don't have many neighbors close by anyway.
that is correct. And I wouldn't be flying it from my property. You drive it off to a grass strip where you're going to be
Okay,
flying it.
right. I was wondering that, you know, some people go down their driveway, right, and take off. We don't want to do that, okay. I don't have any other questions for this candidate.
Any other questions?
I just need clarification. The shed you're referring to that's existing, I'm assuming is this yellow and brown one?
That's the shed that's on the property right now. And if you could see the outline of the cinder blocks, there was a building there that must have been raised before you got the property. And so we're going to put the shed right in the same footprint for the workshop.
Correct, but the shed that's sitting there is the one you're referring to.
That shed's going to be taken down.
The shed will be taken down.
Correct.
No further questions.
Okay.
Anybody else?
Okay. Just step to the side, I'm gonna check with the audience. Is there anyone here that would like to speak on behalf of his variance? Seeing none. Dr. Bass?
Yes.
Discussion?
No, I don't have any other questions.
Okay. Discussion? You want to make a motion?
I make a motion to approve the 2 variances as depicted in the survey, which is dated February 4th, 2026.
We have a motion approved by Dr. Bass. Do we have a second?
I'll second the motion.
We have a motion to approve by Dr. Bass, a second by Mr. Hoffman. Any discussion?
No.
No? Okay, we'll do an individualized vote. Mr. Hoffman?
Vote to approve.
Ms. Dr. Bass?
I vote to approve.
I vote to approve. Ms. Clemens?
I'll vote to approve.
Your variance has been passed. Thank
Oh,
you.
thank you so much.
Can we get those documents that you wanted to show?
Sir?
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 Okay.
Oh.
Thank you.
Mr. Bodie, can we have a next applicant, please?
Yes, item H2, Island Cremations LLC requests 2 variances of Chapter 62, Article 6, Brevard County Code for setbacks in a BU-1 zoning classification. And the application is 26B00022, located in District 2.
Okay. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Can you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear to tell the truth?
I do.
Your first and last name, please.
Matthew Sabatino.
And your address?
Do you want my address or the project address? Because I'm not the owner. I'm their representative.
Okay, you're speaking on behalf of?
Yes, ma'am.
You are who?
The contractor.
And what is your name of the contracting company?
Sabatino Construction Group.
Okay.
But the address for the job is 405 South Courtney Parkway.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
How can we help you this afternoon?
So we're proposing to replace the entryway canopy. The entryway has a vinyl cover over it where the ADA, it's the handicap accessibility, the main front entrance. And we're trying to replace it with basically a solid structure, like a real roof. There's already a roof there. It's a canvas roof, and they have to replace it once every couple years. It gets deteriorated. So the angle of the property line the existing is actually a little bit over the setback, like on the outside corner. So we're putting it in the same spot. It's just we want it to be a solid roof structure so that he doesn't have to replace it all the time. I think, so there was also a rear setback variance, but that's an existing, the building's over the setback already on that variance. We just had to add that to this application. And I think that's mostly it. We did have the neighbor did a public comment on the rear setback,
Okay.
which is the rear setbacks. Nothing's happening there. We just had to add that onto this because it's an existing variance.
Okay, I see this is in District 2. Ms. Clemmings?
I have a question, but I think it's a Paul question. The second variance for the rear setback, is that already a variance that's approved, or did?
No, it's not approved. That's the reason he has to request it. It's also doesn't meet the 15-foot rear setback.
But is there a way to determine that that was prior to them owning the
Yeah,
property?
we've looked at that. It hasn't been approved.
But is there a way to determine whether it was prior to them owning the property?
If it was what?
It was prior to them owning the property?
Yes, it was there since it's been built.
Yeah, that was like the original.
Understand.
I don't know how that would happen. The setbacks
just happens.
changed or something.
It just happens.
Yeah.
As far as for the front request, there's not going to be any change in the distance. You're just changing the structure of
Correct.
the roof line?
hmm
Okay.
I guess the original one, since it's like canvas, maybe there wasn't, I guess it wasn't a permit required. It's just like an awning
Okay.
type deal. So yeah, it's the same location.
I don't have any questions. Any further questions?
Okay, Mr. Hoffman?
Yes. The rear setback, it's just a foot or so shorter than the 15-foot required?
Correct.
1.1.
Yep. It's 13,
Okay.
yeah, 13.9.
This letter from the neighbor, she apparently thinks that you're taking the setback down to 1.1 feet from her property line.
Yeah, I think she
And she
totally,
was concerned about the stormwater, but I don't think she's addressing the condition that you are. that
Right.
Legitimizing the existing condition really makes no change to what she's already seen.
right, we're not touching the back of the building on her house is right behind the back of the building.
I appreciate her concerns and coming forward and doing a good civic duty. I think her facts are
I think
reversed.
she was confused about the project,
Okay.
I think, sounds like. Thanks.
After this, you might consider being a good neighbor and going over and
Yeah,
helping her understand that
probably a
after
good
she
idea.
sees it passed.
Buy her lunch.
yeah. She's not actually my neighbor, because
Oh, that's right.
I'm not the owner.
Dr. Bass?
I have no questions.
Ms. Clemens?
No.
Okay. Step aside. Is there anyone here that would like to speak on behalf of the variance? I see someone. You can stop to the side, let her come up. Can you come up to the podium, please? Okay, can you state your name for the record?
My name's Kimberly Capioli, and I live at 10 Mark Avenue, Merritt Island,
And raise your
Florida.
right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth?
I do.
Okay. How can we help you?
So I'm the
Are you
neighbor.
for it or against it?
I'm,
She's the comment.
yeah, I'm for
Oh,
comment. So I'm the neighbor that wrote the email, because sometimes reading language that gets sent is hard to decipher what it's actually meaning. So yes, I assume that they were trying to expand the whole building and bringing the building 1.5 feet from the property line. You know, now I understand a little bit better. So I really don't have any, like, if they just want to extend the front so that when it rains and they have people coming, you know, there's a way for people to get out the car, you know, without getting drenched. That I totally understand, and I'm not in opposition of. So yeah, that was all I wanted to say. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Clemens?
I make a motion to approve the two variances as depicted on the survey dated June 2023, 2025.
I'll second.
Ms. Clemens made a motion to approve. Dr. Bass made a second. I'm going to read the 6th variance. That special conditions and circumstances exist which are not applicable to other land, structures, or buildings in the applicable zoning classifications. That the special conditions and circumstances do not result from the actions of the applicant. That granting the variance requested will not confer on the applicant any special privilege that is denied by the provisions of this chapter to other lands, buildings, or structures in identical zoning classification. That literal enforcement of the provisions of this chapter would deprive the applicant of rights commonly enjoyed by other properties in an identical zoning classification under the provisions of this chapter and will constitute unnecessary and undue hardship on the applicant. That the variance granted is the minimum variance that will make possible the reasonable use of the land, building, or structure, and that the granting of the variance will be in harmony with the general intent and purpose of this chapter, and that such use variance will not be injurious to the area involved or otherwise detrimental to the public welfare. We have a motion to pass by Ms. Clemens, a second by Dr. Bass. Individualized votes. Mr. Hoffman?
I vote to pass.
I vote to pass.
I vote to pass.
I vote to pass.
Your variants have passed. Thank you.
Thank you all.
You're welcome. Ms. Bodie, can you give us our next applicant, please?
Yes, item H3, Eric and Marza Penny request variance of Chapter 62, Article 6, Brevard County Code for a pool screen enclosure in a PUD. The zoning classification application is 26V00023 and located in District 4.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Can you state your first name and last name for the record, please?
My name is Mike Jaffe.
And your address?
My business address for aluminum screening is 7622 Emerald Drive, Unit 5, West Melbourne.
And do you swear to tell the truth?
I swear to tell the truth.
How can we help you today?
Madam Chair, Board, staff, thank you for the opportunity to present our case here today. I am the general contractor that was hired to design and perform the pool enclosure for our client, Mr. Penny, who's here in the audience. Mr. Penny, his home is in Wyndham, Duran. So a pretty large home on a lot that has a very sharp radiused rear that backs up to a retention pond, which oversees one of the fairways at the Duran Golf Course. And then on the opposite side of that is Wickham Road. And the pool is actually, it's permitted and it's currently under construction. And as we started the design, and that's by another contractor. And as we started the design of the pool cage, it was determined that not only was our client not able to get the look he was looking for, but also that the constructability will be challenging. So we're requesting that this board grant relief for.
Excuse me, before we go any further, I don't think we have an authorization form that authorizes you to speak for the applicant.
Okay.
Is he here today, you said? Yes. Can you have him come up and say that you're going to represent him?
We were going to do that when we get to the house.
Okay. Well, I was thinking that we had everything, but if he has that, we'll take it from him where he can get up and tell you that he'd like you to speak for him.
Okay. Come to the, yes.
Have him swear himself in.
Yes.
Do you swear to tell the truth?
Yes.
And can I have your first and last name and for the record, your address, please?
Yes. My first and last name, Eric Penny, and my address is 7347 Gorda P. Court, Vieira, Florida.
And do you swear to tell the truth?
I swear to tell the truth.
Okay. And would you like this applicant to speak on your behalf?
Absolutely, yes.
And what is his name?
Mike Jaffe.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. So our ask is the minimum relief needed to perform the work that our client is looking for, which is 2 feet of the 5-foot setback. We don't believe there's any harm to the public. We believe it's harmonious to the general features of the neighborhood. Again, it backs up to a large retention pond, so there's no neighbors behind that we're encroaching on. And it's also it's a public-private golf course, and on the other side of it is Wickham Road. So we respectfully ask this board to grant this small variance.
Okay. Thank you. I see this is in District 4. Dr. Bass, please.
Well, I was going to drive by, but it's a gated community, so I couldn't get in. But I was able to pull over on North Wickham Road and look across and to see that there is nothing that's going to be affected with this construction. So it is on a waterway, and there's no buildings around it. It's not a navigable waterway. So it's pretty straightforward, I believe, on this, even though I couldn't drive by.
Okay. Mr. Hoffman, any questions?
No questions.
Ms. Clemens?
No questions.
Okay. And I don't have any questions. It's straightforward. The neighbor on the left and the neighbor on the right, I see you have some area between the neighbors. So I don't see anything, any rebuttals or anything from the neighbors by chance?
No rebuttals from the neighbors, and the HOA was okay with it as well.
Oh, the HOA. Okay, great. Okay. Well, Thank you. Let me just check. Anybody here in the audience would like to speak concerning this variance? Seeing none. Dr. Bass?
Yes, I will make a motion to approve the variance as depicted in the survey with the revision date of 3/24/26.
Do we have a second?
I second.
We have a motion to pass by Dr. Bass and a second by Ms. Clemmings. I will read the 6 hardship questions. You can come back up to the podium. That special conditions and circumstances exist which are not applicable to other land structures or buildings in the applicable zoning classification. That the special conditions and circumstances do not result from the actions of the applicant. That granting the variance requested will not confer on the applicant any special privilege that is denied by the provisions of this chapter to other lands, buildings, or structures in the identical zoning classification. And that literal enforcement of the provisions of this chapter would deprive the applicant of rights commonly enjoyed by other properties in an identical zoning classification under the provisions of this chapter will constitute unnecessary and undue hardship on the applicant. And that the variance granted is the minimum variance that will make possible the reasonable use of the land, building, or structure. And that the granting of variance will be in harmony with the general intent and purpose of this chapter, and that such use variance will not be injurious to the area involved. We have a motion to pass by Dr. Bass. We have a second by Ms. Clemmings. We'll do an individualized vote right now. Mr. Hoffman, how do you vote?
I vote to approve.
Dr. Bass?
Approve.
Approve. Ms. Clemmings?
Approve.
Your variance have passed. Thank you.
Thank you, Board.
Mr. Bodie, can we have the next applicant, please?
Yes, item H4, Phoebe A and David M. Slingerland, request variance to Chapter 62, Article 6 Brevard County Code for a setback in an RU-1-9 zoning classification, applications 26B00024, located in District 1.
Okay, come on down. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, swear you in. Do you swear to tell the truth?
I do.
And can you state your first and last name and your address for the record, please?
David Slingerland, 818 Heron Road, Cocoa.
Okay, how can we help you today?
About a year ago, I got a series of variances, started on the project, and discovered that one variance wasn't addressed, and that was the seawall offset for the porch that we're redoing. And so we need to get a few more inches of a variance for the porch to be completed. So the seawall offset is, the seawall is right on the property line pretty much. So the front of the seawall is good, but the back of the seawall is like 3 inches too close to within the 10 feet setback.
Okay, you are in District 1, and that is my district, and I'll just start off with the questioning for you. Okay, so this is just one variance that you're looking for today.
Correct.
I wasn't able to drive by the residence. However, my question is this. The neighbor, I believe that's to your right of the property?
Probably to the left.
To the
Well,
left?
no, yeah,
Okay, that's the
if
way
I'm
you're
on my
looking at it.
porch, it'd be to the right.
Okay. How do they feel about this?
They have no problem. None of the neighbors have.
None of the
yeah.
neighbors? Okay. All right.
Some of them offered to come down. I didn't think that was probably necessary, so,
Oh, to come down and speak on your behalf? Yeah. Okay, but no one came, right?
no.
Okay. So in approving this variance, that will allow you to exactly do what?
Repair my porch, essentially. It's currently there and pre-existing to my purchasing the house, and it's falling down, so I wanted to put a new roof structure over the top that's a little more solid and permanent, which led into the variances need.
Okay, when you say put in a new roof, it's going to be the same size as your
Same
existing?
size,
Okay.
same footprint, just a
Nothing changed.
replacement of materials, basically.
Okay. Okay. Okay, no other questions. I'm going to open the floor up for questions. Mrs. Clemmings?
No questions.
Mr. Hoffman? No questions. Dr. Bass? Wow. Well, I see, we already said no one's here on your behalf. So would someone like to make a motion?
I make a motion to approve the variance request as depicted on the survey engineering plan with the date of March 2026.
Madam Chair, just to put it on the record, would you just ask if there's anyone here in opposition?
Oh, I'll put it back on the record again, just to make sure. Anyone in the audience here and to speak to this variance for yea or nay? Seeing none.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. That's for the record. Now, we have a motion on the floor from Ms. Clemmings to approve.
I'll
Do we-
second.
We have a second by Dr. Bass. I'll read the 6 hardship questions. That special conditions and circumstances exist which are not applicable to other lands, structures, or buildings in the applicable zoning classification. That the special conditions and circumstances do not result from the actions of the applicant. That granting the variance requested will not confer on the applicant any special privilege that is denied by the provisions of this chapter to other lands, buildings, or structures in the identical zoning classification. And that literal enforcement of the provisions of this chapter would deprive the applicant of rights commonly enjoyed by other properties in the identical zoning classification under the provisions of this chapter and will constitute unnecessary and undue hardship on the applicant. That the variance granted is the minimum variance that would make possible the reasonable use of the land, building, or structure, and that the granting of the variance will be in harmony with the general intent and purpose of this chapter, that such use variance will not be injurious to the area involved or otherwise detrimental to the public welfare. We have a motion to approve by Ms. Clemmings, a second by Dr. Bass. We'll do an individualized vote. Mr. Hoffman.
I vote to approve.
Dr. Bass.
Approve.
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 Your variance have approved. Thank you.
Thank you all.
You're welcome. Mr. Bodie, could we have the next?
Yes, item H5, VH Properties LLC requests 2 variances, Chapter 62, Article 6, Brevard County Code for a waterway encroachment and setback in an RU-1-11 zoning classification. Application is 26V00025, located in District 2.
Good afternoon.
Hi, how are you?
Good. I'm going to swear you in. Do you swear to tell the truth?
I do.
Can you state your first and last name and your address for the record, please? And speak loudly into the mic.
Davin Erickson. The address is, I'm the representative for the customer.
Okay, and address?
I don't remember the address.
1640 Coquina Drive.
1640 Coquina Drive, I'm sorry.
Okay, that's okay. How can we help you today?
We pulled the permit for the survey that was submitted to us when they bought the property, and we set our lines up on the marks and the pins that were present, did our projection of the waterway, built our dock. We ordered a survey from our surveyor, and their survey was wrong, and it was like almost 2 foot out from what it's supposed to be.
Okay.
And the survey record then was wrong, and my surveyor double-checked it. I don't know how to resolve that. The other surveyor is not gonna, so I don't know how to resolve that.
Okay. Well, I see this is in District 5. Ms. Clemens will start off with the question. Ms. Clemens? I'm sorry, District 2. Did I say District 5? I apologize.
That's okay.
District 2.
So just out of clarity, was the survey that was used for the original permit, was that from the prior owner?
No, so when Mr. and Mrs. Hauser bought the house, they had a survey done, I'm assuming, because it was less than 180 days old,
Okay.
which is required for my permit, and which is common. Customers get their own surveys, and we used that survey, did the plot plan, approved everything, submitted, got the permit, came out and built, and they had disc and pins on the seawall that I
The lines.
visualized and ran my string line, and then I did my projection out, and it's wrong.
And I want to clarify, your 2 feet projection is
I
out.
say 2 feet loosely. I don't remember the
Right,
number.
but that,
I apologize.
that short amount,
Yeah.
or the amount that we're requesting the variance for, is out into the water? Or is it north or south, or east or
So-
west of the property line?
For the building code, we can only go out 20% the width of the canal from property line
Mm-hmm.
to property line. And I believe this was an 80-foot canal, maybe 70 feet.
70.
So then it's 14-foot projection from our property line, from what the line I depicted with my property marker pins. And then I set my line out there, and I base my pole set off of that line,
Okay.
and I work my way back.
Okay.
And when I did my as-built, they're set back inland
That's
to where the original first seawall was, because they've got a couple of seawalls that have been put in. And that's not the correct survey.
Interesting. Okay. So the dock is in place,
Yes, ma'am.
and we're basically just trying to legitimize it being 2 feet-ish into the canal.
Yeah, and
There's not going to be any additional change.
no.
To
The
what's
hardship
currently
is
in
it
place.
wasn't their fault. They came into Florida, bought a property. Nobody's to know the difference. I can't know what the survey is right or wrong. Everything
Right.
was approved. And there's no way to go back to the surveyor unless you get it to real estate attorneys, and
Understand.
it's just unfortunate.
Okay. I don't have any other questions.
Okay.
Okay. Mr. Hoffman, any questions?
Just one, sir?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, I didn't know he was coming back.
I'm sorry.
So there was a deed survey that the original owner got, that the owner had, that you,
Not the original, the new owner.
the
had
new owner got a deed survey.
Boundary, I'm
Boundary.
assuming,
Boundary.
yes.
Yeah, for the deed.
Yes, sir.
You build off that,
Yes, sir.
and now your surveyor, who you seem to trust more,
I do.
has determined that that original survey was wrong?
Yes, sir. I actually sat in his office for a couple hours, and we did some digging and research, and he stands behind his is correct, which is on record for as-built.
Okay, so the as-built surveyor, you're sure is right.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I left it there because I've been working with him for a very long
That's
time.
fine.
Yeah,
I-
so,
I'm in the business.
Yeah,
I have
so-
surveyors I trust as well. Okay, and then you say the seawall was rebuilt twice?
in history, when you see a vinyl wall, that's already a new wall. So there's usually either 1 to 2 walls behind that.
Oh,
They
you don't
start-
know how many?
No, I mean, we can go back and look at record, but they start off with either an asbestos or concrete, and then there was wood present underneath there, and then there's the vinyl. So I'm not 100% sure, but it's, we're already heading out past the property line with the vinyl wall into the waterway.
Okay. That's common. I think it's the Department of Natural Resources allows them to rebuild the wall
Up to 4
18
feet.
inches.
Correct. Up to 4 feet, then you have to remove, because they don't want the spoils of the lands getting into the canal, so they'd rather you build in front of it, but then Public Works makes you take it out if you get to that 4 feet mark.
Okay.
Dr. Bass?
I have no questions. Thank you.
Okay. And I think for me, it's just plain and simple. You're here for 2 variants, correct?
I don't, yeah,
Yes, 2 variances. One was for the projection, the other one was for, I think, 0.2 feet from the
Correct.
easterly 7.5-foot setback requirement.
May I interject with that? We submitted the survey correcting that because the survey was wrong, and they approved that because we were in our 7.5-foot setback.
The one that we have with the application for the variance says it's 7.3 feet off of it. There's a little jog there that comes back.
It's fine.
That's what we're using for
Yes,
the
sir.
application.
Okay, so let me be clear. Today, we're here for 2 variants, right?
Yes.
And as Mr. Bodie just stated, that one is 7.5 feet. Is that what we're here for, or is it a discrepancy? Because I'm looking at your face, you look
The
puzzled.
second variance is for the
Oh,
I
setback.
know, he'll know. I mean,
Okay,
I filled
okay,
out the paperwork.
Yes.
okay,
I'm-
okay,
I'm Vince Hauser. I live at the house, 1640 Coquina Drive.
okay.
The second variance is for a triangle that's literally like this big. It's where it goes from way out and then goes up to the wall, and instead of it being a 90-degree corner, they put a 45-degree inside. So no one even noticed it, and surveyor caught it. I mean, it really wasn't drawn that way. It was a simplicity thing, I think, when they built it. But it doesn't impede the neighbor. at all.
Okay.
And I spoke to him about it. I showed him exactly what, you know.
And
what
that was going to be
going-
my second question.
Yeah.
Was it any neighbors to your left or your right?
Yeah, so the one neighbor's here. I don't know if he's speaking or not,
Oh, okay.
but there was 4 comments. I spoke to 3 of them. The 3 I spoke to were fine. The 4th one, he's out of town, and he put that in his comment, so I wasn't able
Okay.
to speak to him. But from my understanding from the other 2 that I did talk to, they're all 3 of them are across the canal from me, and the one that's directly across is the one that's not here. And he's the one that got the other 2 riled up about it. But they all misunderstood that, thinking that we were going to be building an additional 2 feet, and not that
The way
it
it
was an
sits.
as-built.
But you are not building additional 2 feet?
No, we're not doing anything
outward,
else. There's
correct?
no other,
Okay, so let's clearly state that for the record. Okay,
yes.
great.
Yeah, no, I'm about out of money.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. And let me check with the audience now. Anybody else had any more questioning? Board? Okay. So thank you. Let me just check. Anyone in the audience would like to speak to concerning this variance? Yay or nay? Come on up. Come on up. We'd like to hear from you. And just, well, you have to raise your other hand. Yeah. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth?
Pardon?
Do you swear to tell the truth?
I do.
And state your first and last name and your address, please, for the record.
Richard Phillips, and I'm at 1630 Coquina. which
Okay,
is
are you a neighbor of his?
On the west
Okay, and
west
where's
side.
your house directly from his house?
West of it,
Okay,
directly west.
how can we help you?
So I've actually, the variances don't really, they're not going to bother me that much at all.
Okay.
So I'm not going to oppose either one of those variances.
Okay.
After listening to Devin's explanation, I understand a little more. In general, I have seen variances come across, and for the most part, they're always before construction. I was kind of wondering how the construction got done. Then we're at so, and I've lived there long enough to know that the seawall that he repaired and was there was put outside. So that's the first seawall. That's not the second seawall. It was because I still have my old seawall.
Okay.
There's the original seawall, and then the one that's there was put outside. So there's not 2; it's just 1. But anyway, that's I'm not necessarily opposing either of the variances because it shouldn't affect me. Hopefully, I wouldn't think.
Okay.
So, but okay.
Thank you.
All right, Thank you.
Okay. So do we have a motion?
I have a quick clarification. I just want to make sure all the notes that I'm reading are basically saying that they're under the impression that you're adding an additional 2 feet. Has there been any clarification of that with these oppositions?
Yeah, I spoke to 3 of the 4. The one he said in the letter, he's out of town, and I don't know when he went out of town, but I went to his house twice, and
David Pratt?
yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And he never answered the door, so I don't,
That's the only one you haven't spoken to?
correct.
Okay.
Yeah, but the 3 that I did speak to, all of them, they absolutely thought we were adding 2 more feet in both directions.
That's what
They
their
thought
notes
we were
say.
going to be going closer to everybody, and I'm like, no, we are done.
And then the resolution would be basically starting from scratch, tearing it down and going back 2 feet.
Yes.
Just make sure everybody understands how dramatic it would be.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
Yeah. I just said it out loud to freak you out.
Yes, that's okay.
No other questions?
Okay. You like to make a motion, Mrs.?
I make a motion to approve the variances as depicted on the survey with a date of 11/3/2025.
And do we have a second?
I'll second that.
We have a motion to approve by Ms. Clemens, a second by Dr. Bass. I'll read the 6 hardships. That special conditions and circumstances exist which are not applicable to other land, structures, or buildings in the applicable zoning classification. That the special conditions and circumstances do not result from the actions of the applicant. That granting the variance requested would not confer on the applicant any special privilege that is denied by the provisions of this chapter to other lands, buildings, or structures in identical zoning classification. and that literal enforcement of the provisions of this chapter would deprive the applicant of rights commonly enjoyed by other properties in an identical zoning classification under the provisions of this chapter will constitute unnecessary and undue hardship on the applicant. That the variance granted is the minimum variance that will make possible the reasonable use of the land, building, or structure, and that the granting of the variance will be in harmony with the general intent and purpose of this chapter, and that such use variance will not be injurious to the area involved or otherwise detrimental to the public welfare. We have a motion on the floor by Ms. Clemmings to approve, a second by Dr. Bass, an individualized vote. Mr. Hoffman, how do you vote?
I vote to disapprove.
Okay. Mr. Hoffman, disapprove. Dr. Bass?
Approve.
I approve. Ms. Clemmings?
Approve.
This variance has just been approved. Thank you. Mr. Bodie, our next applicant, please.
Yes, item H6, James O. and Cynthia L. Hoffman request the variance of Chapter 62, Article 6, Brevard County Code for the lot size in an AU zoning classification. Application is 26V 00026. Is located in District 1.
Okay, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, I'm going to swear to tell the truth right up front.
Do you swear to tell the truth?
My name is James Hoffman, 5380 Fruitport Street in Port St. John.
And how can we help you today?
I have a piece of property up in Mims that I've owned for several years, and I haven't improved it at all. It's unimproved now. I'd like to put a pole barn on the property, and so that's what I'm here for.
Just come a little closer to the mic. I'm sorry, I can't hear the last part. You have a piece of property in Mims. That you would like to do what?
Put a pole barn on?
A full barn?
Pole barn.
Pole barn.
Pole barn.
Okay.
It's an open wall barn.
Okay. Well, I see you in District 1, and that is my district, and I did drive by your property, and I see you have a lot of property. I don't really have any questions because your neighbor's really a little ways from you. In all directions, right? It's really rural out there.
Yes.
So I don't see any problems. I don't have any questions. So I open the floor for questioning. Mr. Hoffman?
No questions.
Dr. Bass?
No questions.
Ms. Clemmings?
No questions.
Okay, let me just check. Is there anyone in the audience here that would like to speak in regards to this variance? Seeing none. Anyone would like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the variance requested as depicted on the survey dated
12/16.
12/16/20.
25.
25, okay, 12/16/25.
Okay, Mr. Hoffman made a motion to approve. Do we have a second?
I second.
Ms. Clemmings, second. I will now read the 6 hardship questions. That special conditions and circumstances exist which are not applicable to other land structures or buildings in the applicable zoning classification. That the special conditions and circumstances do not result from the actions of the applicant. That granting the variance requested will not confer on the applicant any special privilege that is denied by the provisions of this chapter to other lands, buildings, or structures in the identical zoning. That literal enforcement of provisions of this chapter would deprive the applicant of rights commonly enjoyed by other properties in identical zoning classification under the provisions of this chapter and will constitute unnecessary and undue hardship on the applicant. That the variance granted is the minimum variance that will make possible the reasonable use of the land, building, or structure, and that the granting of variance will be in harmony with the general intent and purpose of this chapter, and such use variance would not be injurious to the area involved or otherwise detrimental to the public welfare. We have a motion to approve by Mr. Hoffman, a second by Ms. Clemmings, individualized vote. Mr. Hoffman?
Vote to approve.
Dr. Bass?
Approve.
I approve. Ms. Clemmings?
I approve.
Your variance have been approved. Thank you. Mr. Bodie, our next case, please.
Yes, item H7, Catherine Louise Abernathy, revocable trust, and Joy Ann Malone Malloy, thank you. Requests 4 variances, Chapter 62, Article 6, Brevard County Code for accessory structure in TR-2 zoning classification. Application is 26B00028, located in District 1.
Good afternoon. I'll wait till you get to the mic. Take your time.
Yes, ma'am.
How are you this afternoon?
Yes, ma'am.
Good.
Thank
Do you
you.
swear to tell the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
And can you just state your first and last name and your address for the record, please?
Catherine Abernethy. Catherine with a C.
And your address?
5932 Cedar Lake Drive, Cocoa, Florida, 32927.
Okay. And how can we help you this afternoon?
Oh, well, we was going to have a fence put up, and they denied it. They said that the stuff that I had on the property when I bought it wasn't right. So we had another survey. So I don't know.
They're saying that the shed in the back is...
Wait, hold on one moment. I need to swear you in, please. Just come to the record.
This is Joan Ellen, my oldest daughter.
Okay.
Joy's not with us now.
Okay. And your first and last name and your address, please, for the record.
Joan Carey, 5932 Cedar Lake Drive, Cocoa, Florida.
Okay, you swear to tell the truth?
I do.
Okay. And that is your mother?
This is
Yes.
my mother.
Okay.
She bought the property 26 years ago. Oh, she bought the property 26 years ago, pretty much as is.
Okay.
And she was wanting to rebuild her back porch, and they denied the permit for that. And then we didn't know why. And then she wanted to put up a fence that was once up already, but fell down in a storm, and they denied that. And then come to find out, there was a structure in the back, a shed that was on the property when she bought it, that is too close to the easement line. It's actually supposed to be 10 foot, it's 7 foot according to the new survey. And she was asking to keep that because it's got quite a bit of things in it, and it was been there when she bought it. And then there's a garage on the right side that was there when she bought it. I don't know what the problem is with that. And then there's a carport that she had put on like 16 years ago, and the company put it up without a permit or anything.
I didn't know that my husband was putting it up.
Yeah, her husband put it up.
Okay.
And we're just asking to keep those things because it would be a hardship to take them down.
Okay. Well, seeing this is in District 1, and that's definitely my district.
Oh.
So I'm going to start off with the questioning. I see today you're asking for 4 variants, right?
I think 3, correct?
I
The
see.
shed in the back,
No, there's 4 variances that they need.
What is the fourth one?
One's for the shed to the south side setback. One's for the carport that's located, doesn't meet the front setback, and the separation distance. And then she has 1 accessory structure over the 2 that's permitted. So that's the reason for the other one.
Okay. You understand that?
No, I don't understand what the last one is.
So we have, as
You're-
Mr.
you're
Bodie.
only-
Go ahead, Mr.
You're only permitted 2 accessory structures on your property by the size of your lot, and you have 3 accessory structures. So
Oh, I
there's
see.
1 over, the 2 is what the last one is.
I understand. I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's what we're here for.
But the 2 were there, the shed in the back on the south and the carport. or
No, the garage.
Garage was there when I bought the house.
Correct.
Uh-huh.
Correct. So what we're here for today, we want to legitimize all of those items that's on your property.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So going back, we're here for 4 variants today. As Mr. Bodie just stated, the carport, 2 sheds, and
Accessory.
the accessory, correct. Okay. Now, my question to you, I do know you have a lot of land as well, and you have neighbors to your left and to your right.
Yes, ma'am.
Any of your neighbors are opposing or objecting to this
No,
or said
ma'am.
anything to
I
you?
love my neighbors.
You love your neighbors, okay. Okay,
No,
They've
Okay.
been good neighbors.
all right, okay. And I know you stated your husband put up the shed without the, right,
I
the
don't-
permits
he
years ago.
hired a company to
Yeah,
put
he
it
hired a
up.
company, okay,
Mm-hmm.
all right. No more questions for me. Ms. Clemmings, any questions?
No questions.
Mr. Hoffman?
No questions.
Dr. Bass?
No questions.
Thank you.
Okay, let me just check. Is there anybody here that would like to speak in yea or nay to this variance? Seeing none. Anyone would like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion. I make a motion to approve all 4 variances as depicted on the application and the survey dated February 23rd, 2026.
Do we have a second?
I'll second motion.
We have a motion on the floor to approve by Mr. Hoffman and a second by Ms. Clemmings. I will read our 6 hardship questions. That special conditions and circumstances exist which are not applicable to other land, structures, or buildings in the applicable zoning classification, and that the special conditions and circumstances do not result from the actions of the applicant, and that granting the variance requested will not confer on the applicant any special privilege that is denied by the provisions of this chapter to other lands, buildings, or structures in the identical zoning classification, and that literal enforcement of the provisions of this chapter would deprive the applicant of rights commonly enjoyed by other properties in an identical zoning classification under the provisions of this chapter that will constitute unnecessary and undue hardship on the applicant, and that the variance granted is the minimum variance that will make possible the reasonable use of the land, building, or structure, and that the granting of the variance will be in harmony with the general intent and purpose of this chapter, and that such use variance will not be injurious to the area involved or otherwise detrimental to the public welfare. We have a motion to approve by Mr. Hoffman, a second by Ms. Clemmons, individualized vote. Mr. Hoffman.
Vote to approve.
Dr. Bass.
Approve.
I approve. Ms. Clemmings.
Approve.
Your variance have passed.
Thank you.
God bless you.
You're welcome. Have a
Thank
great day.
You too. Thank you.
Okay. We'll stay on the record for, you said, do we stay on the record for the voting of the vice chair? Yes, and
I'm sorry, what was that?
we have to stay for the voting of the vice chair.
Okay.
Okay, that's what we'll be doing now, correct? Okay, I'll make a motion to nominate Ms. Clemmings for vice chair.
Go ahead.
I'll second it.
It's only because you don't want it.
Any
Mr.
discussion?
Hoffman, discussion?
No discussion.
Mr. Hoffman, how do you vote?
Oh, yeah, I vote to appoint Ms. Clemmons vice chair.
Dr. Bass?
I vote to
Yeah.
appoint her vice chair.
Thanks,
I vote to
kids.
appoint you vice chair. Ms. Clemmons, congratulations, you are now
Yeah.
vice chair.
Sneaky dogs.
Okay, I now adjourn this meeting.
The opinions expressed by any member of the public during any period of public comment do not necessarily reflect the views or opinions of the Board of County Commissioners of Brevard County, Florida, Space Coast Government Television, or the program sponsor, and are solely those of the presenter. The Board of County Commissioners of Brevard County, Florida, Space Coast Government Television, and the program sponsor hereby expressly disclaim any and all responsibility or liability for any defamatory or slanderous statements expressed by any member of the public during any such period.